The moment you start chasing, the moment you give your power away to it. Whether it is that you are chasing for a guy, his love, his approval, his interest, his liking, when you are chasing for it, you become a victim of what he chooses, rather than you being the one who decides. You are giving your power away to him, where you can't be happy, you can't be fulfilled, you can't be whole until he decides it for you. And so when you are chasing, you are become a victim of whether they say yes or no to you. You are giving your power away. And the biggest trap here is that you think that if you just chase more, if you just reach out more, if you just do more in order to get them, you think that you will finally get to the happily ever after. When the truth is, you can never receive what you actually desire. Because when you are chasing, you become trapped in this forever cycle of always needing to effort, always needing to strive for, always needing to earn before you can receive. When the truth is that what you most desire is to receive love, receive connection, right? Receive from a place of ease, effortlessness, without needing to strive for. And I know that if you have a big heart, desire to love someone so deeply and be loved, if you are deeply empathetic, you may not call it chasing. You may just say that I just care about him, or I'm just interested in him. I just love him. You may call that as love, but the truth is you know that you are chasing if you are pouring in so much love, so much energy, so much effort, so much attention onto it, but you are not receiving a fair share of it in return. You feel like you are giving more than what you receive from it. When you are in that state, that is when you know you are chasing. So chasing may not look that obvious, but you know deep down if you are chasing, if you find yourself always obsessively thinking about him or replaying the conversations of what you should have said or what he might be feeling inside. You're trying to decipher his codes. You're checking out his profile. You're trying to give him all that love, all that emotional support, even though he hasn't earned your love for it, earned your trust for it. And you feel like you're always on this giving end. And when you are, my love, that is when you know that you are chasing. And the crazy thing about chasing is that it's the ego mind that is trying to control love. The ego mind thinks that if you just do enough, if you just effort enough, try to initiate enough, right? The ego thinks that if you just do enough, then you're going to get what you want. But the truth is that it only creates the opposite of it. It does the opposite of getting what you want. Because think about it. When you start chasing, when you start putting in all that effort and energy and attention onto this person, feeding onto this endless loop of trying to make things work with this person, what happens is that you're giving off this energy, saying to him where you feel as though he can do anything he wants. No matter what, you're going to be loving him, caring him, right? Loving him, caring him. You're going to be interested in him no matter what he does. And what does that do? It creates lack of effort in a man. So a man whenever you're chasing a man, whenever you're putting so much attention into this man, trying to make things work with a man, it is giving off to him that he can just do nothing and things will be fine. He will still get your love, get your attention. He needs to do nothing. And so we become trapped in this cycle, thinking that, oh, I just need to do more, give more, provide more, show up more, right, in order to have his love. But what it's actually doing, it's creating a man that is emotionally unavailable, creating a man that is inconsistent, because you are playing his role. So why would he need to show up? Why would he need to man up? Why would he need to be a masculine, right? The real devoted masculine. He doesn't need to be, because you're doing all that work. You are taking his role. No wonder you never receive that devoted love in return. The love where he shows up for you, where he invests in you, where he values you. And why do we do that? We do that because we believe that the love that we are chasing is outside of us. The ego believes that what you are chasing is outside of you. And what is outside of you, you can never have it. This is one of the biggest laws in the universe, is that you can never try to attain what is outside of you. If you believe that love is outside of you, no matter how much you try to effort, try to give, try to chase, you can never receive it, because you see yourself separate from it. You see that you are not it. And when you are separate from it, you feel like you are at the mercy of that which you're chasing. You feel as though they are the one who decides your wholeness, who decides your happiness, right? So if you are chasing for love, you can never really truly have and receive a love, because you are seeing it outside of yourself. And what you see is outside of yourself, one can never truly receive it, because we then act out of fear. We fear that if we do the wrong move, then they won't like us anymore. That is what's happening when you are chasing. It is that you're trying to figure out the right move, thinking that if you just do the right move, then he is going to love you back. And the shift happens, my love, when you realize that the truth is one can never receive what you believe is separate and is outside of you. You can never receive what is outside of you, what you see as outside of you, what is you see as separate from you. And the same thing goes for love. You can never have that devoted love you desire if you see that as separate, if you see that as outside of you. And chasing is only affirming more of that loop, keeping you inside of this loop, thinking that the love you're craving for, right, the man you're craving for, you think that he is outside of you. When the truth, my love, is that the real love that you're craving for from the man, from the devoted partner that you're looking for, it doesn't happen from the outside. It starts from within. The source of it is inside of you. It happens when you choose that in yourself, when you see that first in yourself within. That is the key to having it all, because after all, you are the source. You are the creator. You are the one power that you have always been looking for. And when you see that you have the power, you are the one who decides. You are the one who has it all. It's just that you haven't allowed it to come through, right? It's just that you've been blocking your own way of you receiving from that source inside of you. But instead, when you start seeing yourself as the source, when you start seeing that the love that you're chasing for, the love that you're looking for is actually not outside of you, it's actually not in him, but you see that it is actually the man, the masculine inside of you, the moment you start taking your power back. And that is when you decide. That is when you call in the love you desire, my dear, because now you are no longer waiting for it. You are no longer separate from it, because you see that the high feeling that you're looking for, the devoted love that you're looking for, the attention that you're looking for, everything begins right here. It's all inside of you. In fact, you are the creator who creates it. And when you see how powerful you are, this is when the change happens. This is when, without any effort, without needing to wonder, oh, is he going to text me back? Is he going to respond to me back? Is he going to do this thing, right? Instead of worrying, instead of losing and wasting your energy, putting your energy in all that worrying and overthinking, rather than that, when you start devoting, giving, instead of losing that energy right here, instead you redirect that energy back into yourself, center back into yourself. That is when the world mirrors you back. That is when he starts to mirror you back. Because now you are stepping up into what you truly desire. You are no longer waiting. You are no longer giving your power away to something or to someone, but instead of wasting all that energy, time, effort into someone, you are first offering that to yourself, the most important person, who is you, who exists right here. And so what does that look like? It looks like, instead of trying to think about how to initiate this plan, this message, rather than that, you plan for your happiness, you plan for your future, you plan for your joy. And instead of trying to become that emotional labor support, become the mother person for him, the caretaker for him, instead you care for that little girl inside of you, the one who has always been abandoned, the one who has never been chosen, the one who has always been left out, the one who never belonged to other. And when you offer that, my love, when you offer that love back onto you, that is when you are allowing the right person to also become that love who mirrors that to you. You are inviting him to show up in the devoted love, devoted effort, the devoted pursuit that he actually wants to offer, right? Because now you're choosing what you desire. You're also allowing him to step into what he truly desires, which is to become the man, to become the one who shows up, to become the one who makes things happen, right? Because now you are in your power, you invite him to be in his power too. And what is him in his power? Him in his real power is to choose love, is to choose the woman whom he truly desires, right? So by you choosing yourself, you're allowing him to also choose what he truly wants. And of course, if he is who you're meant for, right? If he is what God truly has in store for you, things are going to be natural. It's going to be effortless. Receiving is meant to be effortless because you can just look at things out in nature. The flowers don't have to cry for the bees to arrive. They don't have to freak out if the bees are not arriving. They simply are. They simply exist. And because of their existence in itself, they simply attract whom they are meant for, the bees that are naturally designed for her. And that, my love, is your only job. Your only job is to have your existence be enough. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to strive. You don't have to chase. You don't have to effort. It's in your being that is enough. Your being is enough. And only when you allow your being to be enough, that your inner being is enough, that is when you can truly receive the love that you have always been longing for. The love, the kind of love that melts your heart, the kind of love that feels whole, right? That feels like a warm warm blanket around you, right? The love that you have always been looking for arrives when you let your existence be enough. And my love, this loving relationship, this dynamic, right, dating, it's simply inviting you to let your existence be enough. And when you take your power by owning that your existence is enough, that you are enough, then what happens is that he starts to also realize that you are whom you've been. And that is what the masculine is drawn to. He is drawn to you in your wholeness, you in your fullness, you in your completeness, you in your radiance, where you are enough as you are. Because deep down, that is what he is desiring to, is that inner union where you are fulfilled, where you are met, where you are loved as you are. And he simply arrives, he pursues, because you embody what he values. And your only job is to realize that you are what he values. Much love. My love, if you're resonating with this video and you want to have more peace and fulfillment in your relationships, book a free intro session to find out the inner shift that your soul is asking you for in order to transform. The link is in the description box below.